Morning, Father Locke here. Hope you're enjoying your second week of Ordinary Time. This past week, we heard the story of Samuel and Eli in the first reading. Samuel was the young lad who was asleep in the temple. Hears the voice of God 3 times calling him, and finally, on the advice of his spiritual mentor Eli, he says, "Lord, I am your servant. What do you want? What do you want to tell me? Speak. Your servant is listening." I had a number of very positive comments about my homily, and then a woman in the parish sent me another homily by Bishop Barron on the same first reading. I've linked to Bishop Barron's homily, and I think if you want to, it's about 14 minutes long, but I think it's very edifying. And I want to take something that Barron said and offer something for these modern times. Many of us post-Christmas, I think, are in a little bit of a downer. The weather's been cold, it's been gray. We still are working through the whole COVID situation. So what can you do to kind of not only get through, but also thrive and move into an area of your life, both spiritually and emotionally and physically, where you're actually starting to feel that you're making some progress? I would suggest 3 things: a person, a partner, and prayer. In terms of a person, and this is one of the things that Bishop Barron talks about, who are the people out there right now in the church who you admire? Barron, I think, is a classic case of it. Matthew Kelly is one. And are there priests or sisters or lay people, or is there a church person that you can point to that can feed you and give you a sense of optimism in the midst of a church that is really reeling from a number of years and even decades of some real struggles and difficulties and mistakes? Second person is, who's your partner? In this story of Eli and Samuel, Eli is a spiritual guide, a spiritual mentor. And what's interesting is he's a corrupt guy. He's not a very good spiritual mentor. He's not a good priest. But nevertheless, he provides some really solid spiritual guidance for Samuel, who ends up becoming one of the great leaders of Israel. And the last thing is prayer. The link that I put here about this commentary on the gospel from last Sunday says something like we are inundated with, I think the figure is 2,000 advertisements every day. That's a lot of noise. And maybe that's one of the reasons why this gospel, this first reading, is so poignant, because if we're hearing all that noise, it's competing with the voice of God, who does not shout but always whispers. And so prayer is going to be one of the things that will help us open up the ears, so that therefore we can then see the pathway in front of us, and we can start stepping forward in a way that's leading us into a better place. So partner, prayer, and a person. And if maybe you can use this time this week to look and find those 3 aspects of your spiritual life, I think you will find that it will be edifying and help you in your relationship with Jesus Christ. Enjoy your day.